Stacey White joins Campbells Comments here in beautiful Golden Valley at Llowalong Farms. Hello, Stace.
Hello, Paul. Great to be here. Finally got here. It's been a few years in the making, but we're here and beautiful day. Just watched the Stallion parade and it was fantastic.
And it was fantastic. We're outside Sudsy's yard. I'm going to catch up with the Kennies in a minute. We'll do that outside American Ideal's yard as well. Lather Up's not that keen on the camera just at the minute, but didn't he parade beautifully in the Stallion parade?
Oh, he is a terrific looking stallion. I've only seen the photos and the videos, obviously, but to see him in the flesh, he's probably better than what I pictured. Beautiful head, and he's really let down this season by the look of it. So, yeah. And we've probably seen it already in the types he's leaving in the foals across Australasia are quite similar, good looking, strong types. So he's obviously stamping his foals, which is a good sign.
I always got into trouble through COVID. I was able to come here and see him, and I always called him little. He's not little. He's just this little dude. If that makes sense. In stature, he's fine, but he's just got this little way about him, hasn't he?
Yeah, he does. I think people call him little because a lot of the new sires are actually quite big horses. So in comparison to them, he's smaller than them. So I suppose that's why he's sort of been dubbed as little, because he is a little bit smaller than those 16-hand sires like Down by the Seaside, Sweet Lou, Always Be Mickey, all of those ones. So I suppose that's how that's sort of come about. But no, he's a perfect size.
He is a beautiful horse. And if you're watching this, the Swan Hill racetrack, Swan Hill Harness Racing Track, have their stay intended for 2022. That's what I was trying to get out. And Lather Up is available, so you can actually get him at a discounted price. And also, in amongst that is What the Hill as well. And we will touch off on What the Hill. This is going to be a little bit differently, but please go to the Swan Hill Harness Racing Club Facebook page or their website, and you'll be able to put in 70% of the service fee. You might be able to pick up a service fee to Lather Up, which is very, very exciting. We're here at Llowalong Farms and the association through Woodlands and Llowalong Farms. What's it in about its fourth year now, and it keeps getting stronger and stronger.
Oh, we couldn't be more thankful for Kath. Obviously, originally it was American Ideal. He's always been supported so well with the Australian breeders, more so than the New Zealand breeders, so it was a no-brainer to send him over here. And Kath, since then, obviously the relationship's grown, and now we've got Lather Up here as well. So great setup. She's obviously getting bigger and bigger and does a terrific job. But couldn't speak higher of the job they're doing to help Woodlands ourselves, but also the industry as a whole.
And her passion shines through, doesn't it? Because she's so passionate about everything. I know, like we did this, I got a text message. It was 6 o'clock in the morning. I got a text message. It's going to be a ripper day. Like, she's just so up and about, which has got to be great for you guys. We've just come through COVID, to be able to get on the phone to someone that's so positive that you can't come over and see the horses. You know she's honest, but you also know the passion that she's driving.
Oh, 100%. And like I say, we couldn't have asked for a better person to look after the stallions. They're in terrific order. If they don't want for anything, she's obviously a vet by trade too, which is a huge bonus. But she's passionate, enthusiastic. She's go big or go home sort of girl by what I've got to know of her. So great, and hopefully the association between Woodlands and Llowalong continues for many years to come.
Woodlands is celebrating 30 years. This is a 30th year anniversary. I would imagine it's come around quick. I'm not sure, how long have you been a part of the company?
Coming up 5 years, so... Yeah.
It's super exciting, and keep trying to change things and do things differently.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose any business out there is always trying to evolve and keep up with the times. So it's a matter of trying to do that, but also keeping up and doing things that are relevant to the people in the industry as well. So yeah, forever trying to come up with new ideas and new initiatives, and even promotions and things around the stallions to keep them sort of in people's focus when they're making their decisions with their mares.
It's easy. It would be easy to fall asleep if you like, because down by the seaside, Sweet Lou, they're booked out. So here in Australia, I mean, in New Zealand, yes, you can got an open book, so you can keep going to those horses. American Ideal's almost booked out, so you could say, "Oh, we're going okay, sit back." It's the opposite for Woodlands, isn't it? Drive it harder, keep reinforcing that message.
Yeah, well, I mean, just because they're booked out this season, you've still got to think about next season, the season after. You know, you've got to look at the big picture, not just the small picture. And obviously, New Zealand, different sort of ball game without the limits, book limits and those sorts of things. So we've got to keep the promotions and things going to let everybody know what the Stallions are doing, because just because they're having a good season this season, you know, you've got to keep them at the forefront of people's minds for the seasons to come. So.
And keep trying to keep people coming back, as we've got a couple of the cars growing past. The crew at Woodlands is ever growing. We had Belinda Richardson here as well, so she's helping Mark. You've got Cam Grant that came on last year as part of the team. Andrew is always right. And then we've got all the guys back in the office, and I'm going to get into trouble from Anne-Marie and for not mentioning, and then I'm going to be in trouble from I'm in trouble. Steve, thank you very much. I think Steve might sign me checks, but it is an enormous organisation, isn't it?
It is, and it's probably a fairly small team, but for what they've been able to achieve, I think they need a lot of credit. You know, the stallions they pick, they don't just sort of pick stallions for the sake of stallions. They make sure that they're going to work with the mares that are in Australasia, and everyone has to work together, and they definitely do at Woodlands. Everyone's got their jobs and they do them very well. So it's a great team to be a part of, and yeah, definitely they do a great job.
It's one of those things, and I will talk to Paul and Mary in a second because they are here, but you could have gone and bought probably, or got, say, maybe 2 more stallions this year because you have Seaside booked out, you have Sweet Lou booked out. Betters is not restricted, but he's kept at a controllable number. American Ideal is. So you could say, well, this is all we're going to have this year, but and you could get more. Instead, they're just quality, not quantity.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if the right stallion came along, I'm sure they would consider it. But this year, obviously, no new sires on the books. We've got the up-and-comers like Lather Up to be focusing on for now. Potentially, you know, next season there might be something that pops out, but there is also a huge financial output that has to be made to get the sires as well, so that's got to be taken into consideration too.
It does, and I think, you know, the well-being as well, and making sure that the farms that have them look after them as well. So that's always exciting. Woodlands, I mean, I do social media. Woodlands social media, and you know, I think you had to trump me on the arrival of the boys and things along those lines. But I love it, and you guys are always thinking just outside that square that little bit with how to do it, and it makes it great to be able to watch.
Yeah, I think people like to see what happens behind the scenes, you know, and seeing the stallions arrive. You did a great job too. It sort of gets people enthusiastic about the season ahead, and a lot of people kind of put it behind them, not really realising how close to the breeding season we are. So doing the arrival videos and sort of hyping up that the fact that the stallions are here, season's about to start, have you got your mares booked in, you know, get ahead. So I think, and not just that, obviously the behind the scenes of anything they appreciate, because as much as we all know the industry and how it works, a lot of people don't know how the breeding barns work and, you know, getting a mare in foal. So yeah, you try and sort of keep people as informed as you can.
And also how a horse can grab a cone and throw it over his back and go galloping around a paddock.
Yeah, he's a great horse, Sweet Lou. He never gets tired of it. Every year they've sort of got to collect a few and put them away for him because he gets through them pretty quick. But
did the Americans tell you about the cones, or is it just one of those things that he's just picked up over here?
He was here before I started, but I believe they did tell us about it. I think maybe when he was in work, possibly he used to play with toys in the paddock, and he's just one of those horses, a real character, but great temperament at the same time. So yeah, it's a hoot. I remember when Woodlands actually had a stallion parade similar to the one that we've had here today. It was a few years ago now, pre-COVID, but we'd sort of paraded all the stallions. He was one of the first ones, and his paddock was right behind where the parade was happening, and when all the other stallions were parading, he was throwing around his cone and trying to take the attention off the other stallions, which was quite distracting, but yeah, shows that he's just got a great character and a great sense of humour. He
has a bit of look at me. And the horse we're talking about, of course, is Sweet Lou. And go to woodlands.co.nz to the website to keep up to date with them. If you're not on social media, and you are able to watch this, but if you're on social media, obviously the Facebook and Twitter, although Mark Hughes does the Twitter mainly from here, but it still does have the content. Regular updates all the time on internationally what they're doing as well in America, and that which is so key. Seaside at the minute, he's doing a great job in America. So the social media component of Woodlands is so important, isn't it?
Yeah, again, it's just giving that information to breeders and even trainers and owners who may not know what's happening in America, or even what's happening in Australia or New Zealand, for the breeders on each side of the Tasman. So it's just trying to keep people as updated as we can with the success that the stallions and their progeny are having.
Absolutely, and What the Hill had a great winner just the other day as well, so that's exciting. The next phase, the next boy.
Yeah, I love What the Hill. If I had to pick on looks, like, he's one of my favourites definitely of the Woodlands roster, and I've got a weanling, a 2-year-old and one on the way, so I've got a soft spot for him, but it's good to see him doing a great job. I mean, he's been given every opportunity, he's got the pedigree, he did it on the track, but he's also had the best mares. So the New Zealand breeders have been hugely supportive of What the Hill. He's obviously fresh semen, so that's always a bonus. So I think we're going to see some pretty nice horses come from him in the future.
He's already had a Group 1 winner here in Australia too, which is really exciting in Menangle. Stace, thank you. Woodlands.co.nz. Throw the W's in front of it. Facebook and Twitter as well, so there's always regular updates there. But the best part is put a name to the face, although we do look a little bit dark. I think the sun's in the wrong spot, but that's okay. It's been a long day. It's been a lot of fun though. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget Lather Up and What the Hill are both available in the Swan Hill Stallion tender as well. There'll be plenty of other things going on with the boys, but Stace, thanks very much for joining me.
Thanks, Paul. Always a pleasure to join you and have a chat.
Thank you.